Good morning, watch fans. This is Big Jim with the Big Wrist talking about watches again. First things first, we are going to talk about the giveaway. Sign up for youtube.com, the Big Wrist. Become a subscriber. When I hit 102, I'll do a live drawing for this beautiful watch by Ingersoll, the Ingersoll Reliance. It is a 40 millimeter blue semi-dress watch, kind of an everyday watch, but it could be worn as a dress watch because it has those beautiful center links that are high polish. Got a nice little shine there. See, the center links are all nice and high polished. It's a really pretty watch. It's got a very good butterfly style clasp, nice and thin. It's just this gorgeous, gorgeous watch. Absolutely spectacular. I'm trying to make it as fair as possible. When I get 102 people to subscribe, I'll have a drawing. Why 102? Because my wife and daughter are both subscribed to me on YouTube, and they really shouldn't be in the drawing for a free watch. They wouldn't like it, they wouldn't want it, and they would just take away the chances from somebody else. So 102 people, and I'll draw their name from the list and draw a name live. I'm at 60, I think, right now. I forget, 57 or 60. And been pushing it really hard on YouTube, pushing it really hard on Discord, and of course pushing it on Facebook, trying to drive traffic on Facebook. And I've got the website thebigrist.com, and just trying to get people to join. I want to be a watch fanatic. I want everyone else to join me in the craziness that is automatic and quartz watches. So the Ingersoll, great watch, old school American brand, 1897, I think. Long time ago they were established. Been around a long time, great watch. Box and papers. I finally figured out why this watch is on sale on drop.com for such a reasonable price. The little lid here has a slight curvature, and that's scratching the top of the box. That's why it was on discount. The box is not perfect. The watch is fantastic. I did a review and I put it back in the box and haven't worn it since then. So you will see a slight discoloration and scratch on top of the box if you win this thing. Not a big deal. Like most watch guys, we stick them in the back of a drawer and forget about them until we decide to sell them or give them to somebody. And this is a great watch. Be a nice heirloom piece. So I am trying, if anybody's curious, I'm trying a new camera setup. I've got my camera off to the right to give me more room to get in here on top of the cameras, give me more leg room. I'm a big guy there. I go bumping the camera. I'm 6'6" and 340 pounds. I've got the big triple XL hand, double XL, triple XL hand, and I'm just a big clumsy oaf. So I need a lot of room. So I'm trying to push the camera off to the side, give me some more room to get in here and do some work and show you people some watches. And today we are talking about the most important thing, used watches. Why is it important? Because mom raised a cheap person, always looking for a deal. So I'm always looking for a deal. I like used watches, but I buy the seller. My Honda Pilot, 3 years old. I got it from the best dealership in Las Vegas, just because I had bought many used cars here, and just gonna go with the best dealer in town. It's the best rating. All dealerships are really stealerships, but I picked the best rated dealership and got my Honda Pilot from them, and I'm very happy with the car. Very happy. It's been the most amazing vehicle I've ever had. Completely trouble-free, but I purposely looked for the best seller in town, and that was the Honda West in Las Vegas. Fantastic dealership. My house. I personally bought a house that's 8 years old on purpose. Saved a small fortune on building a new house. Who builds a new house? I certainly don't want to build a new house. I want the house now. So, I bought a used house. I bought a used car. I'll even buy used shoes if they're in good shape. I'm not too shy to say that I like buying well taken care of used items. And these are two of the best right here. These two watches, I got them on watchyousseek.com. It's a forum for watch geeks like myself, and they were selling these two watches. Has a pair for $40 shipped. Included the original strap for the one on your right. Was that the left? One on your left, excuse me, this one. Original strap was rubber. It's actually on this one now. This original strap is stainless steel. It doesn't fit the big wrist, but of course the Casio rubbers always fit. So, 40 bucks. The seller had a lot of good feedback. The watch pictures were fantastic, so I bought the seller. And at $40, there wasn't a lot of risk involved. NATO strap adapter, NATO strap, and a bull bar, which is really cool. And 40 bucks, it may be the best deal I got so far in 2020. Great watches. Another one. This is an eBay special. The guy was crystal clear. He had 500 feedbacks, all positive. He'd had one negative comment, but it was resolved by refunding the money. That's what else can you do but refund the money. He had great pictures, and he showed that big, giant, wicked scratch that shows up. It was a big, giant, wicked scratch. I can get the shell. There it is right there. On the case back. If you can just see it right there on the case back. He had a good picture of that. He took off the back bracelet, and you could see it really well. And that was the only problem with the entire watch. 2 bracelets, or the regular bracelet came with it, and this strap code, which is a $200, $110, $125 bracelet. But strap code's a better bracelet. Seiko always has a problem with their bracelets. They're nice, but they're not great bracelets. So, this is a $500 watch. Used, they're still $350 because this had a scratch on the back, and he knew he really couldn't get much money for it. So he sold the special edition Seiko Samurai Save the Ocean for $250 with 3 straps, a NATO, this strap, the strap code, and the traditional one that came with it, which looks just like a regular Seiko strap, nothing special. $250 and right on the money. Great watch. It runs like a top. This is one of those watches I got that's modified. It's a modified SKX 009, and I think it was a 009 actually. Might have been a 007. They're really similar except for the bezel. This watch had a modified movement. It has the face has been changed out to give the yellow text. So the movements, and it has a signed crown. So Seiko doesn't do a hack and hand wind with a signed crown. They don't do that on this particular watch. So the guy had good reviews. He sold many watches that are modified, and he does them himself. And so when I got it, I changed out the bezel, and I changed out the bezel insert to give it a more traditional look. And I put it on the Jubilee strap, which I love the Jubilee. It's a cheap strap, but it's a comfortable strap. So I bought the seller, and I bought a great watch. These watches all have the same story. The Tudors are very expensive. They're $2,000, $3,000 watches new. They pop up used all the time for pretty close to that. They come up in $2,500, $2,800 mark. But this one, right there, if you can just see the little mark right there. There's a little mark on the bezel. Big wicked scratch right above the 1, the number 1 spot. You can just see it on the light. I can get a little closer, maybe there it is. So I polished it out the best I could without leaving an indentation. You cannot see it unless you're doing this. You can't see it in everyday use. But I've already scratched the crap out of it because I wear it all the time. So this was $2,000 out the door for the blue, which is the most sought after version of the Tudor Black Bay Heritage 41. And this is the black, but I got it on leather, used like new in the box for $2,000. The leather doesn't sell well because it's a great bracelet. And so I got the bracelet. I got I got the NATO strap. I got everything for $2,000 with this one. Original box and papers, unworn except for the scratch. I assume it was a demo that someone dropped because the rest of the watch was perfect. But it was from, I want to say it was Watchbox, but it might have been Watch Maxx. I always forget which one. I got one from Watchbox and one from Watch Maxx. No, I take it back. This is Bob's. This is Watch Maxx. Yeah. So this is this is Watchbox. Watch Maxx, Bob's, Watchbox. Very, very confusing. Sorry, folks. But very good pictures, very good warranty, 2-year warranty on it. Watchbox, Watch Maxx, and Bob's. Those are 3 big players in luxury watches. They have all the good watches, along with Crown and Caliber and a few others. But the Watchfinders is another great one. These 5 or 6 major websites all sell luxury watches at used watches at great prices with warranties. Some of these Rolex and Tudor watches are hard to find. You have to get them on the secondary market. So you find a seller with 4.5, 4.75, or 5 stars. You find a great seller and a price you can afford, and jump on it because everybody knows these websites are trustworthy and they'll take the money back. Some people complain about JomaShop. They occasionally have a used watch on there also. I never had a problem with Joma, but I never spent more than $200 at JomaShop. And I did it before the pandemic. And so with the pandemic going on, things have gotten kind of crazy. Shipping's gotten really slow and there's all kinds of problems. But, buy the seller. Plain and simple. Trusted seller. This was a gamble. But this was a $35 or $40 gamble. So, the guy only had 20 or 25 feedbacks. He hadn't been on eBay very long. But I needed a manual wind watch, and this is a straight manual. No battery, no automatic movement. You can't shake it and wind it. You have to physically, you can hear it. You have to physically wind this thing to give it some power, and it only has a very short 38-hour power reserve. But I bought this watch to review the movement. I wanted to compare automatics, manuals, and quartz watches, and I've got that video up somewhere. It's up here on YouTube. So I bought it just to review, and it wasn't a huge gamble because it wasn't more than $40 or $30 or $40 shipped. But it's a pretty watch. It's Timex. It's automatic. It's water resistant. Nothing wrong with the watch. It's a little small, 34 millimeters, but it's a pretty watch. Good to review, and I'll probably flip it on eBay myself. I myself have about 600 positive reviews. I've never had a single problem. I did refund somebody their money one time because they complained. But again, that's how you do it. You fix it by refunding the money, and they can't complain. eBay will back you if you offer the refund. So this has been my review of used watches and trusted sellers. Everything on the table here is bought used. I did not buy this watch used because it is from Amazon and it's $220 or something for the best $200 dive watch on the planet. No reason to go searching for this thing used when it's $200 new. Same thing with this watch. New, they're $99 if you can find it from Casio or an authorized dealer on the secondary market because people bought these up, but they're still brand new for $150. So, you can't find this watch used. It's very, very hard. You got to buy it new. But again, it's a $150 watch, and it's got a great battery. It's everything about it. So I bought this new from an authorized Casio dealer in Spain because nobody in the U.S. had this watch. So, I buy a lot of watches used. 90% of my watches are bought used. And I think it's a great deal for someone who knows what they're doing. Buy the seller, do your research, and you'll be very happy. So, post comments below, like, subscribe, tell a friend. Don't forget, when I reach 102, I'll give away this watch. And I want everyone to have a great and safe Sunday morning, and I'll catch you on the next one.